This is the Telemetry Transportation Daily for July 31st, 2026, and I'm Sam Abul-Samad, Vice President of Market Research for Telemetry. As automated driving technology continues to mature and companies begin scaling services like robotaxis, it makes sense to transition from using traditional vehicles that have been retrofitted with the necessary hardware to something purpose-built. That means eliminating unnecessary components like steering wheels, pedals, and mirrors. The problem in the U.S. is that federal motor vehicle safety standards require all of those components. Of course, those rules were written when only humans drove vehicles, so it made sense. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, which enforces FMVSS and writes the rules, has a process to enable manufacturers to request a waiver to avoid some of these regulations. The waivers allow up to 2,500 vehicles per year to be built for 2 years. However, the waiver process is long and drawn out. In the past, General Motors applied for these waivers on 2 occasions for Cruise robotaxis, first for a version of the Chevrolet Bolt without human controls, and later for the purpose-built Origin. Both of these efforts were abandoned before NHTSA completed the drawn-out process for evaluation. The only company to have been granted a Part 555 waiver to date was Nuro for its R2 delivery vehicle, which has also since been abandoned as the company shifted its focus to robotaxis. Zoox is now the first company to get a waiver for its purpose-built robotaxi. Zoox initially announced in 2022 that it had self-certified that the vehicle met all relevant FMVSS requirements and claimed it didn't need a waiver. However, NHTSA launched an investigation and Zoox proceeded with the waiver process anyway. These robotaxis began public operations in Las Vegas in 2025 and are currently being tested in San Francisco and other cities, but Zoox is not currently charging for rides. Now that Zoox has a waiver and NHTSA approval, the Amazon subsidiary is expected to start expanding the fleet, charging for rides in Las Vegas, and applying for permits to serve the public in California and other locations. In addition, NHTSA announced that for the first time it will start the development of AV performance standards in partnership with SAE Industry Technologies Consortia. This is a long overdue move by the safety agency. Automated vehicles have enormous potential to improve road safety, but only if the technology is deployed properly, and the companies shouldn't be taken at their word that their systems are safe without proper validation. Thanks for listening.